Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday. Of course, let's head across to our friends over in the West, and of course, being with the Fremantle Sharks, WANL team. And of course, we're almost about a month into the season now, and of course, we've got two very special guest joins right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
No worries. Well, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about how the season's travelling so far up to this point.
Perfect. Well, I'm Jess. I'm the old dog in the group. Been around for a very long time now, but a new group of players in the squad, so it's very exciting. We had a very good start to the season against Comets. I know we've had a few rough games the last 2 weeks, but you've got to go through hard to get better. So we will definitely be pushing forward. So yeah.
JP probably undersells herself. She's probably one of the most respected players in the whole of the West Australian Netball League, and has been one of the only players to be with the club for quite some time. I think she's into her 15th season, and one of the only probably players who's stayed with the club consistently. So very much a part of our Sharks and drives really good culture within our team and our club. But my name's Mel, and I'm the head coach of the Opens group. As Jess said, we're started really good for our first round. The last two games have been a bit hit and miss, but we hope to regroup next week when we take on Rangers for round 4.
How's it been like playing on a Wednesday night instead of a normal Friday night that you've been playing the last couple of years?
Well, Wednesdays has changed because of the future fever reserves. So that ANC is now going to the old model it used to be, where the girls have to travel when the West Coast Fever travel. So they will fly away on the Fridays and Saturdays. So the move to the Wednesday night enables them to continue playing in the WANL environment, and obviously hold them in good stead for match preparation. I don't mind the change to Wednesdays, but I'm not sure what Jess thinks about the change.
Yes.
It's good to play midweek because you get your weekends, which is always nice. But definitely makes it hard with work. It's a school night, so you've got school work the next day. And I travel a lot for work, so it's just juggling that around. But yeah, don't mind a 6 or a 7 o'clock, get it done. But 9 o'clock is going to be a tough one because it's a bit of a late night. But it's good. It's something different. So back in the day, we used to play Tuesday night. So I have done it before. But it's good to have your weekends.
At the moment, obviously, I think you're sitting around mid-table at the moment at this point in the season. What sort of things, positively wise, that you can take out of the first about month or so?
I know, and I'm confident we've got really good versatility within our group. We're very much focused on that at any given time, whoever is on court can be the most important player or have impact in the game. And we've been able to use our bench consistently the last 3 games. We've got good player rotations. Defensively, we're quite strong, so we do win a lot of ball. So we just need to continue rewarding that effort for our girls and making sure that we convert from an attack perspective. We've got a similar model to what we had last year with the post-up shooter, but we can also have that moving circle. So we look to continue that through for the rest of the season.
No, Mel said it all. Just have to be consistent.
Now, how have you brought anyone up from the 23s or 21s? I can't remember what age group it is there at the moment.
Yeah, under 21. So we had Ava. So she was the captain of the under 21s the last couple of years. So she's been brought up. So she's one of our centre courts. So much potential. She's got belief in herself. She'll be unstoppable. And then last week we brought up Hayley, who is she captain?
Yes.
No. Yeah, she's captain of the 21s at the moment. So she had a really good game, actually. More of a defensive attacking, but yeah, very, very good. And that's all that's come up from 21s. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Just be careful answer this question. Tell us a bit about your amazing coach, Mel, there.
Oh, Mel's just like our friend. She's she's our biggest fan on and off the court. She's not just our coach. We can go to her for anything. So that's always really nice to have in the environment. Both of our coaches, actually, Bernie as well. They're people first before the game. So you know that you're supported if you've got work or if you've got anything going on in life, it's you're a person before you're a player. So that's always really nice. But when you're on the court, that we're there for business. So you yeah, a few words come out here and there sometimes, but it's all in the spirit. But yeah, she's our biggest fan, so she's great.
Well, how good is to hear that from Jess. And what have you learnt from Jess?
Yeah, it's nice words from Jess, and that is pretty much my ethos is about building relationships with the players. And if we can get the group of players that we like, and we want good people in our environment because good people help drive culture, and that's what we've tried to select the last few seasons with our opens group. So very much, wanting to make sure that the girls do feel supported. Yeah, I've learned a lot from Jess. So I've probably been an assistant coach previously, but now obviously head coach. But Jess is very much the get up and go, and brings the group together. And she very much wants to make sure that people feel comfortable and welcome. And an example that I'll give is last year we had Lily Anderson join us, and it was her first year playing in opens, and she was very nervous because she has a lot of respect for JP in terms of the way she plays and the way she role models well with the rest of the group. And I said, don't worry, the first time you meet JP, she'll walk up to you and go, hi, I'm JP, nice to meet you, Lily. And that's exactly what Jess did. So Jess is really inclusive and really makes sure that everyone feels supported and welcome in the group. And that's why I said, she's really well respected within the WANL League.
Where did the love of netball start for the both of you, and what does it mean now?
I grew up playing all sports. So when you're a kid, you obviously dabble at everything. So I was very much basketball, netball, and then I got to a stage because I'm originally from Mandurah, which is about an hour from Perth. So I had to make a choice with traveling, and I went the netball way, which I'm happy I did. I think also I went the netball side of things for the culture. Like you've got so many friends, and I just seem to click with the netball side of things. It's just your family. So like our club is, it's not just a sport. It's not just a game. You have so many connections that you take away from the court, and you obviously all have something in common. So you're all driving for the same goal at the end of the day.
For me, probably similar to Jess, did quite a few different sports. I had to make a choice when I was 15 to leave netball to go and play another sport, which I was competing at a state and Australian level. I didn't come back to netball until I was about 21, and then I went through and played reserves during that for a couple of years. But I kind of got to the point where I'd had enough of playing and found a love of coaching, and just consistently coached. And then over the space of 20 years have just continued to grow and learn and develop my skills as a coach, and that's my passion now, is trying to continue building those relationships and supporting girls in their off-court skills as well as their on-court skills. So I need to obviously continue growing my knowledge and expertise to continue helping them grow.
Any highlights so far for both of you throughout your netball journey, as silly as that question sounds?
Mine probably has been the last couple of years being involved with the state team, with the FIBA Futures, as they're called, which is the state 19s team. So we've been really successful in building that cohort over the last 4 years. We got a medal in 2024. We got bronze in the under 19s. Mm-hmm. 2023 we got silver. This year we're hoping to build on that and go for gold across 17s and 19s. So being part of that group for the last 5 years has been really rewarding. And then if you're looking at a highlight within our Sharks environment at the moment, a highlight for me was definitely our pre-season camp, where we did an SAS-based camp where we were tested both physically and mentally. And it really, I think, consolidated the culture we wanted to build within the group, and everyone supported each other. So that's certainly a highlight for me for this season so far.
And for me, I reckon the Sharks 2018 grand final when we won, that was definitely one of the highlights for us Sharks, because we came very close a few years. But yeah, that was a good win. And then I can't go past the Sting grand final when we won it in Perth. So that was for ANC. So that was to play in Perth for a grand final and to win it, which we were definitely the underdogs. So that was definitely a highlight.
Jess, I'm going to stay with you for this next one. Following up from your response just then, tell us a bit about the 2018 success, and then tell us about the Western Sting one.
Yeah, so the 2018, so that was a team which consisted of Olivia Lewis, who plays for the Mavericks now, Sophie Garvin, who is obviously the Australian shooter and plays for Vixens,
Mhm.
Emma Kosh, who's an ex-Fever player, she is for Comets now, and then obviously the rest all through State League. So we had a pretty good team. So it was yeah, and so oh no, that's Sting. Yeah, so that was a really good team to we've been working for a few years and we've just become short. So I think it just all clicked on the night, and yeah, it was a really good game. So that was, yeah, very, very very, very fun and rewarding. And then yeah, the Sting one, again, all your players, so Sophie Garvin, Emma Kosh, Sunday, who plays for Fever now and is an Australian Diamonds player. Yeah, they were all in this team, and Lisa Millman, who is the GOAT of WA netball. So she's, yeah, I think, is she 300 games, Mel, plus?
Yeah,
She,
sounds about right. Yeah.
yeah, so she yeah, she's been around for a very long time, but yeah, she's the GOAT of netball, all part of that team, and everyone would be like, WA never gets the gold. Like it's been so very long since we won a gold medal, and to win it in Perth as well. The atmosphere was just amazing, and we played the Victorians on that grand final, and they were bringing on every single player, and they just we they couldn't beat us, and we, yeah, smashed them in the end. So yeah, so nice, such a nice feeling.
2018 one. I guess, were you surprised by how big the trophy was or how heavy it was?
Yeah, it's big as my head, and I've got a big head. No, it's not too heavy, but yeah, no, it was good. And there was like the history on it with all the different engraving of all the sharks in the previous years as well. It's pretty nice to see. So we've had a bit of a break, and it's time to put us back on there this year.
Mel, you mentioned about the 2024 for the 19s.
Yeah.
Obviously got the bronze medal, which I was actually bench official that day. So
Oh,
I
were you?
remember that game pretty well. I think
Yeah.
that was against the Vics
Correct. Yeah.
as well. Firstly, tell us what made that team special and how many of those teams are currently, how many of those players are playing for the Sharks? Well, I'll let you answer that one first, and then I'll ask the second part of it.
I suppose it was a culmination of building over a couple of seasons. So we did have some of the under 17 girls who'd had success the year before with bronze come into the 19s environment. So they'd obviously tasted that success and wanted to continue. We had some of those girls for a second year, so kind of knew the brand of netball we needed to put out. And obviously after winning silver the year before, knew what we needed to do in the rounds to build into finals. Georgie Cleaver, who played for Sharks last year, was part of that group. So she was with us to start with at the start of this year, but she's left to concentrate on AFLW. But this season, within our opens environment, we don't have any Sharks involved in that, but there is Ava Bell, who's in our 21s side. She's currently in the under 17s team at the moment. So yeah, she's very much a part of it and looking to continue her, I suppose, experience that she's learning from the environment when we go away for nationals in 3 weeks.
And then the second part of the question, how good was to give Victorians no medals by clinching the last on offer?
It's always good. I mean, even for us to have to beat Victoria back in 2023 to actually make it through to that gold medal match, and, you know, in such a close game, it was really good. So they definitely last year out for redemption, wanting to go one better. But, you know, we just played really, really well and we stuck to our game plan, and they just couldn't fight back that last quarter. So, yeah, always great to beat the Victorians for sure.
Especially on the Victorians' home court too. Any future ambitions for both you and netball?
I just take every year as it comes at the moment. Like my body still like feels good and I'm still fit. So it's, yeah, who knows what's around the corner family wise and things like that. But yeah, definitely always want to be involved in the club. So if I'm not playing, then definitely coaching down in the future. But yeah, I'm not done yet. So we'll see what happens.
Jess is definitely not done. When you look at the performances she's been putting out the last few seasons and has been very instrumental the last 3 games for us. So yeah, definitely happy to have her in part of our environment as long as we possibly can, but would like to see her move into coaching. She has a wealth of knowledge and wealth of respect, so would love to see her take on that at some stage when that's ready. For me, in terms of succession planning, I'm a bit like Jess. I'm really enjoying the group that we've got at the moment. I really like what we're building. I like our community engagement piece we have back to the Fremantle Netball Association. So if we can go back and continue to develop those athletes, it's always great for our culture and our environment. I would like to continue in the state program as well. So what that looks like over the next couple of years, that'll, I suppose, be discussions with West Coast Fever and Netball WA, but I'd like to continue that pathway as well.
So what will be your advice to people that should head down to the Gold Netball Centre to support the Mighty Sharks?
We've got a couple of good games coming up. We play Demons in 2 weeks' time. I think it's the 2nd of April. That will be a really great game. We always have a really good competitive rivalry with them. It's a tough hit out. They've also got a new lineup as well, so it'd be great to see how we benchmark against them. But yeah, get there early to get a car park, because after 5 o'clock there's no parking. So get there early.
No, like Mel said, get there early because the parks go very quick. But yeah, it's a good atmosphere. It's good to see all the community come down, the families. So yeah, it's a night out to come and see some good netball.
Who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
Comedian. Oh.
Comedian. Who would that be? It depends who they're with, I guess. Kat's pretty funny. I reckon Kat's up there.
Yeah, Kat's pretty funny. Yeah, definitely.
Singer-wise, I'm going to go with Noomi, I reckon.
Yeah, Nooms likes to sing. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
If not, she's TikToking somewhere. So.
She's a yeah. We'll give Noomi the dancer, actually. Singer. Oh, don't know. What do you reckon?
Everyone's kind of just dances. We don't really have any singers who just kind of start singing in the middle of the change room or at training. They're generally dancing or just doing some kind of. Yeah.
I would have said Georgie back in the day. She sings a lot. Yeah. We'll just, no one can sing, so we won't put anyone there.
Do either of you, obviously for you, Jess as a player, Mel as a coach, do either of you have a pre-game superstition, ritual, or routine?
I know some of the girls do, but I don't.
Yeah, some of the girls are really funny. Just
like
really
socks.
obscure stuff. Yeah.
Strapping the right ankle, the right shoe at the right time.
My only thing is we have a white ribbon which has got sharks on it. I always put my ribbon on once everyone's in the change room. That's my probably only thing. I don't wear it to the game. I'll put it on when I get to the change room. It's not really superstition. It's just kind of what I've done for a while, and I just continue to do it. That's probably about it, really.
Yeah, I don't try to think about it. If I think too much, then it gets dangerous.
Well, your pre-game ritual is probably your tanning. You've got to play in your.
Oh yeah, I've got a fake tan, but that's just my life. You got to look good to play good.
Now, does the team have a pump-up song?
Not really. Do you reckon that?
No, we've got a playlist, and pretty much whoever's on the playlist that week, it's their choice for the last song that we listen to. But no, we don't really have a team song as such.
How good was the playlist yesterday then?
When Indy's on tunes or Lily's on tunes, it's pretty good. Last night just seemed a bit probably quieter than we're probably used to. But we had a few less people in the change rooms last night as well, so it was a little bit quieter all around. So.
For both of you, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. It's awesome having both on the show. Best of luck for the future weeks ahead, and I can't wait to see where this team travels between now and the end of the season, which is in a couple of months' time.
Right. Thanks for your time, Will.
Thanks for having us.